Well. This is a little bit of a surprise, guys. Movie 4, the Hellverse, has just been announced in the in-game news. You can see it there for yourselves if you want to take a closer look. But this is a surprise because the Hellverse is movie 4. And we haven't gotten movie 3 yet with Dark Rukia and all that. So, I don't know why K-Lab did this. Maybe just to throw us a curveball. But it's pretty hype. It looks pretty cool. And if you're wondering why my hair looks like this, I just woke up, guys. I've been drinking all night. It was my birthday yesterday, so I'm a little bit late on this, and there's probably already 50 million freaking videos on this out already. But, you know, if you want to see my take on what these characters are like, stick around. We'll go over them right now. All right, so movie 4, not movie 3. We'll have to wait longer for Dark Rukia, apparently, but that's okay. That's okay. I kind of like it when K-Lab throws us, like, surprises. Alright, so this will be available on May 16th, and it'll go till May 25th. This is the first banner in this series, so all 3 characters will be in this one. Let's take a look at the descriptions here. Blah, blah, blah. Normal attack melee character, Ichigo. Alright, Hollow Killer. Chance to inflict weaken with his 3rd strong attack and special move. Okay. Debilitator. And normal attack damage soul trait, plus 25. Wow, alright, so that seems pretty cool. No mention of flurry, but, I mean, he could still be pretty strong, guys. He does have 25 normal attack damage as his soul trait, and he does have weaken, so we'll have to see the numbers, actually, when we get down to that point. Kokuto, he's the main antagonist, I would say. Strong attack melee character. Soul Reaper Killer. Chance to inflict weaken with his 3rd strong attack and special move. Alright, so it's the same as Ichigo. Oh, no. And his special move inflicts paralysis. Okay, so excuse me, guys. Weaken on his 3rd strong attack and paralysis on his special with Debilitator. He also can unlock Frenzy. So, yeah, pretty standard for a strong attacker. And Shirin. Shirin's actually the one I like the most, just like design-wise and power-wise. You know, he's got all the fire, he's got those lances he can make out of fire, which should work out pretty well visually. Ranged attack character, okay. Balanced set of skills, Balanced set of skills. Hybrid, Soul Reaper Killer. All of his attacks have a chance to inflict burn. And what happened to my tracks? And it can be extended by Debilitator. Bombardment on his special. Alright. And he is the first technique character to have the ability to unlock the fire immunity skills. Oh, wow. Alright. So, wow. Fire immunity again. Because the tag team Yamamoto also had fire immunity. Interesting. So, I'm taking it that, you know, K-Lab's going down this path where certain characters will have immunity now. Because they have the Rukia, who's immune to ice. They have 2 characters now that are immune to fire. And these aren't their soul traits. These are just built-in abilities to these characters. Interesting. Technique as well. Let's look at the numbers, guys. Here we go. Ichigo is a red character. Power. His attack looks really high, 762. Not surprised there. And everything else I already mentioned. Bruiser is 50%. His Berserker is actually pretty good too, 30% to his strong attack. So that's pretty nice. But the main thing you'd want this character for, I mean, other than the fact that he might be pretty cool looking, I can't imagine he's gonna look awesome. But he does have the 25 normal attack damage soul trait. So he's the 2nd red character to have this soul trait. The other one being Uryu. So if you have a red 25 so if you have a red power so if you have a red normal attack character that you have link slots for, Ichigo might be a character that you want in your album. But other than that, you know, I'll have to see the gameplay as always. It doesn't really look too outstanding though. I'm sure he will be, but on paper, you know, pretty standard. Let's take a look at Kokuto. Alright. Speed character. Pretty standard numbers for a strong attacker. 745 SP is what you want to take a look at there. He's a Soul Reaper Killer. Recharge speed. So if you're thinking about links, guys, those numbers are really good, and he does have 12 recharge. I recently just made my Rukia 10-10-5, so this might be a good character for me. He does have Frenzy, he has Debilitator, and yeah, that's about it. Long reach, 20%, that's pretty nice. Yeah, we'll have to see what he plays like, as usual. Should be a pretty cool looking character. No affiliation, another thing to not overlook, guys. So get those Ishin's charms ready if you want one of these characters. No affiliation is actually a big deal because he's not weak against any other killer traits. So does he have PvP potential? I doubt it because he's a strong attacker. And yeah, I mean, he might be. We'll have to see. We'll have to see, guys. All right, moving on. Kokuto, Shirin. Shirin's technique. He's looking a little bit weird in that picture. 712 SP and 701 attack. Wow, those are actually really good hybrid stats. He's very similar to, numbers-wise, he's similar to Wonder Weiss and Manga Byakuya to a lesser extent. But we'll have to see. Oh, he's DR, so Technique DR. This is an excellent link for the Technique Yamamoto. If you guys use him in PvP or whatever, and you have link slots. All three of these characters are actually pretty good as links. I'm sure they're very good as well on their own. But let's see what Kokuto's got. Shirin, excuse me, guys. I keep calling him Kokuto. So no Frenzy, but he does have a 40% Bruiser and a 40% Berserker. And he is ranged, so he's actually really similar to the Manga Byakuya, and he has Bombardment. I think Manga Byakuya has a very similar skill set. Shirin also has Fire Immunity and Debilitator. This character is actually really good, guys. Don't write off the hybrids right away. A lot of people, they hear hybrid and it's a dirty word. You know, I'm guilty of it myself. But this character, he might surprise you. He's also no affiliation, so he won't be weak against any killer abilities. So that's great for PvP. Or if you're using him in a one of those inheritance zones where you get hit harder by certain enemies, Shirin might be a good character to have. I actually like Shirin on paper the most. I will say that right now, guys. Alright, so that's about it for this. The other characters in the summoning pool. Oh, wait, my boy Yami's in there? What? We also got the 25 normal attack damage Xyloporo, the Fire Immunity Wonder Weiss, and there's Tensa, there's Barrigan, and there's Mila Rose. So, I mean, there's some characters in there you might want, like Yami. Alright, guys, so that's the info for the banner. I'm sure, as usual, K-Lab's going to do the thing where they have a specific banner for each character. And let's just take a look at the filler pools for that as well. Because if the filler pools are good, you might want to skip the main banner and go with the second one. So Ichigo's up. No, actually Kokuto's up first. Dark Sinner. This is on May 25th to May 28th. So it's still a couple days away. Let's take a look at the filler pool here. What do we got? Kokuto, Tag Team Ichigo. That's a really strong character, guys. That's pretty decent if you don't have him. And Halabel. Okay, alright. Alright, so that's the filler for the Kokuto pool. The Kokuto banner. Let's see here. We will look at the Shirin Crimson Sinner. Okay. And that's available from May 28th to May 31st. What is the filler? That is the question. Mind Okiura, okay. And Gin. Wow, this is actually a great banner. I mean, a lot of people have these characters already, but these are very strong characters in the filler pool for the individual banner. So, I mean, if you don't have Gin yet, you might want to think about this banner. Alright, and finally, we will take a look at the last one's going to be Ichigo, obviously. And then I'll have one at the end. So we have to look at another two banners. Alright, so the last one is May 31st to June 3rd. And the fillers are Koga, Tag Team, 20 DR link right there, guys, and Stark. Alright, so those are the fillers for the individual banners. And the final banner at the end of this selection, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Show me the money. Show me the money. Alright, so the last one is on June 3rd to June 16th. You'll also get a 20 of each color droplet for doing a multi. And the filler is the Mind Rose, that's a 14 recharge. The Mind Jushiro, that's a 20 DR. And the Heart Uryu, who's a 25 NAD. So, this filler pool, the filler pool here looks pretty decent. It doesn't blow me away. None of this stuff really blows me away. But that's all the info, guys. If you want to take a closer look, it's in the in-game news right now. And I guess if I had to choose, if I could pick which one I'd want the most, I'm gonna go with Shirin. Shirin's the most interesting one to me. He has fire immunity, DR, 700 attack and SP. Looks to be pretty strong. 40% bruiser, 40% berserker, and he's ranged. So I'm I mean, I'm gonna go in a little bit on this banner, guys, but don't expect a huge summary from me. I'm not really that overwhelmed. Hellverse, I mean, I like the movie and everything. I'll have to see the gameplay. I'm gonna hold off and say anything else, guys. I gotta see the gameplay before I make my final decision. But these characters would all be good as links. If you're summoning for links, they're all strong links. And I'm sure they'll be amazing visually as well. So that's all I have for this video, guys. It took me a long time to go over it, but there was a lot of info to talk about. There's a Frenzy Uryu coming out. I think he's stamina recovery and what was it? And recharge. So another good maybe auto link. And you can take a look at that for yourselves also in the album. He's under the 5-star characters right now. So that's all I have for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Sorry I'm late, but I was drunk last night. It happens, all right? So let me know what you think of these characters, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.